Also with me now is jury consultant Alan Tuerkheimer. So Alan, when we look at how this is playing out, there are the issues of, these jurors being asked initially, can you be biased, or can you be unbiased rather, much more important, and impartial. The ones who said no were excused. We don't know why. It's really important to note that there was no follow-up as to say, why are you saying you're impartial? So important to note that. The scheduling, though, also really sticks out to me. People are going to have to commit to 6 to 8 weeks in any trial, even if you take Donald Trump out of the equation. How difficult is it to seat a jury for that length of time?
It is difficult. And I think the judge made pretty clear that if it's something along the lines of, well, I have a job that I have to be at, or I have other commitments, that's not good enough. It has to be on the next level where somebody maybe has a non-refundable ticket, a wedding, like you said, a vacation, or maybe somebody regularly cares for an elderly person or childcare. So the judge is going to have to look through that. And that's part of the reason why, not just the familiarity with Donald Trump and everything that he stands for to New Yorkers, but it's also a hardship issue for a lot of jurors. So this is why hundreds of jurors are being brought in and questioned. And ultimately, the magic number is really 38 because once everybody's qualified, jurors make it through the initial phase. Then once you're at 38, each side gets to dismiss 10 jurors without giving a reason. And so that brings it down to 18. There's your 12 jurors and 6 alternates.
So going into this, the estimate was 1 to 2 weeks to seat a jury. Based on what we've seen over the first, sort of 1.5 days at this point, do you believe that timeline will still hold?
I think it will. I think as the jurors come in, and it's interesting what that juror said. Sometimes jurors want to be fair, jurors want to be impartial, they want to keep an open mind, they want to do the right thing. So it's one thing to in your mind think that, but then once you get to court, you see not just the reporters, but you're in court, the judge is around and the lawyers are there, and of course the most well-known criminal defendant in probably the history of cases. He's sitting right there. So it might evoke some emotion in a juror or two or a handful of jurors as the process unfolds. And then they start to think, well, you know what, now that I'm here, I'm not sure I can do this. Maybe somebody else is better equipped to do it. But I do think that the time frame will hold up given the pace of the process and how many jurors are going to be coming in.